Hey, it's your girl AR, back again to see what people really think about White History Month. So, have you heard about the petition for there to be a White History Month?
I have not.
No.
Did not.
No.
I have not heard that.
For White History Month? No, I've never heard of that.
Oh, really? No, I didn't hear it.
Have you heard about it?
No.
No, I haven't heard about that actually.
I have not heard of that.
No.
A White History Month.
No.
Okay, so what do you think about that? Like, do you think it's fair? Do you think they should drop it, or
I think they should drop it.
whole month? Like, how do you feel about it?
I mean, I agree with it because I'm black. I mean, that's just all
You
I can
agree
say.
with what?
Black History Month.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm black.
Okay.
That's how.
What do you think? Don't be pressured because there's 3 black people here. Don't worry.
Well,
No, I'm joking. I'm messing with you.
I don't really have an opinion on it.
So, what do you feel like about that?
I feel like it's not essential. I don't think there needs to be a White History Month.
I don't think that it's any like blacks need a whole month necessarily, or like.
I think all history that we learn in school is white history. I think it's completely whitewashed because the oppressors write history.
I don't know. I don't know how much more it would really change as far as people being aware of history, and especially that history having to do with people who are Caucasian.
I mean, to think that they need a White History Month is kind of selfish to me.
I don't think we should be having any type of history month. I think we should just be talking about what actually happened. That's usually white people fucking stuff up.
There should be like probably 3 months of every ethnicity, so that can be acknowledged.
That's the least that we can have. I mean, Black History Month is a month for us to, kind of celebrate our heritage, celebrate our history. And I feel like, white Americans get to do that every day.
I feel that White History Month is every day of the year. I feel that I'm a sociology major, so like we talked about white privilege and stuff like that. So we basically White History Month is every day.
I think there should be, if there's Black History Month, I think there should be other history months as well, so like white history, Asian history, but in the other sense, there's so many different cultures and ethnicities, it's really hard to do. So maybe like a week or a day or something.
It'd be a good idea. It wouldn't hurt to try it, so why not?
Okay.
I think the same thing. I think we should embrace all like ethnicities. If we have a black, Hispanic History Month, why not have a white?
I disagree because I think that they already get enough recognition as it is by just existing. Like we have to go out of our way to get our rights and stuff like that as African American or as people that aren't the majority in the country. So I feel like minorities should get their own recognition, and majorities, like, I feel like they always want to take the cake for stuff, but they fail to realize that like they already have their cake.
They overcame from slavery to civil rights and stuff, so let them have the month. I don't know.
Gotcha.
We didn't have to go through the same thing that African Americans had to go through. So I don't think we need a whole month to commemorate just living.
We need one along with other races and everything, but I don't have a certain feeling about them having one either. They can have one if they feel the need to.
Do you think that racism is increasing, decreasing, or staying the same but in a different form?
I think that it's.
Oh, it's still the same. It's just they try to keep it under wraps a lot more. It's just not as out there as it used to be. Because in the past, you could just, walk down the street and hear, racial slurs thrown at you and nothing could be done about it. But now it's just kind of, it's under wraps. And you see it from, the highest, the people that are highest up in, DC, and then you see it around here too. So it's just more under wraps. It's still the same though.
Do you think that racism is improving?
Yes. Like you got discriminated against yesterday by some cops. Like that's.
Really? What happened? If you don't mind.
Oh, it was like 6, including me, 6 people, me and my black friends. And they just like assumed we got in a fight downtown. So they like followed us all the way to the dorm.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think it's changing, definitely. I mean, it's a lot like more significant. Like people talk about it a lot more, and I don't know. I think it's different than just based off of like
just like the color of your skin. There's a lot like more racism going on.
I think it's staying the same in a different form. It's more like underground.
I think it's definitely changed since like the 60s and civil rights and everything. I think now it's more subtle. You get racism that's like, that you wouldn't realize is racist unless you step back and really look at what's happening and compare it to other people's experiences.
I think our awareness has increased. So our exposure to the things that have happened, because before it seems like a lot of, and our sensitivity to it has increased too. So
the racism is always present in today's society. So I mean, back then it might have been a little bit worse, but I think we're improving like as time advances.
Racism isn't as strong as it used to be like in the olden days, but racism is definitely still alive, and I think it's just alive in different forms. Like it's not as blatant as it used to be, but like in the small things and how things roll around here, like racism is definitely still alive.
Staying the same in different form, definitely. Definitely staying the same. It's getting passed down from generations still. You know, having kids realize, see their families or their parents and grandparents be one way and they become that way.
I think it depends on where you go. I think like in cities it's definitely not as prevalent, but I'm from the country, so, and actually my county is Northampton County, so it's actually predominantly black, and I know that there is still racism there, and it's depressing to me to see that. And like private schools in areas like that are basically still carrying on segregation. Like the reason why you go to a private school in a rural area is not to get a better education, it's to not be in class with black people. It would be like preachers sending their daughters to a Christian school, but really the reason was because they didn't want them around like black people. And I'm like, how can you do this? You're supposed to like preach the Bible.
Yeah. Okay, so the reason why I came about is because they said there's a Black History Month, it's a month long, there's no Asian History Month, there's Cinco de Mayo, it's only a day, and blah, blah, blah. There should be a White History Month. So who would be some important people we could focus on during White History Month?
George Washington.
George Washington.
Abraham Lincoln.
Any founding father would be good, or someone that
Ronald
was...
Reagan would be good.
Oh yeah.
Ronald Reagan.
Abraham Lincoln. I don't know who else.
I mean, any like significant like I don't know. I guess there's a lot of choices they could go through. I don't know.
I'd say like a lot of the first presidents, like George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Billy Graham, just people that promoted peace even in times of trouble.
Who would be some people that they could talk about?
I mean, I guess presidents, of course, they're all white, and then
God, I don't even know. I guess personally, I would try to find maybe some white people that did important things for civil rights to try to make up for the fact that they made a White History Month.
all the past presidents besides Barack Obama, which is the current president, have been white. Maybe some of those.
I'd like to give credit to people who like helped out all of humanity and not just the white race. So I'd say people like Theodore Roosevelt's a good one. A couple presidents, JFK, people who like contributed like inventions, stuff like that.
George Washington, like the first white president, or the only president. Pretty much everything. I don't know.
Thomas Jefferson, people like Karl Marx, Max Weber, Thomas Locke, people that came up with like science and stuff like that.
Probably some military leaders, religious leaders.
Found in America.
Found in America, okay. What would be some important events that we could focus on?
Some important events for White History Month?
Yeah.
I mean, every day is their history, but
Gotcha. What would be some big events? Like, obviously, for Black History Month, you talk about like Civil Rights Movement and like Rosa Parks and everything. What could be some big events for White History Month?
That's a tough question.
I mean, I guess I don't know. It's kind of like a big general thing.
Okay. What would be some big events that they could focus on?
I don't know.
And what would be some important events that we could focus on during White History Month?
Oh man, we could focus on how white people have done lots of terrible shit. All the things we did to the Native Americans, all the things we've done in Africa, all the things that like we've just tortured and destroyed. We could probably focus on that.
What would be some very big or important events that we could focus on during White History Month?
All right, White History Month. Well, I mean, the people that stand out would be like inventors. So, you know, the people that have developed technologies like Steve Jobs, or like, you know, the people that had large parts in the invention of the internet and stuff.
Some important events that we could focus on.
I really don't know.
World War II.
The Holocaust, maybe, stuff like that. I'm kidding.
But I feel like a lot of white history events that only included white people usually didn't benefit everybody else, and it was just for white people. So I wouldn't necessarily celebrate that, you know, because like all I can think of is, you know, like Klan meetings and the Holocaust and things like that. You know, it's kind of you know. So yeah, I'm not really feeling the White History Month I did anyway. So
okay.
Like Mount Rushmore being erected was probably a big deal. July 4th is already a big deal. I don't really know, like, because I feel like they already did so much that it's hard to sit there and like recognize every single thing they did in 1 month. You know?
Yeah.
I can't think of any. That's why I don't think there should be a White History Month.
Okay. Peanuts.
Elephants.
Okay. Peanuts.
George Washington Carver.
Okay. Peanuts.
Nuts.
Do-rags.
Hats.
Peanuts.
Nutella.
Alright. Peanuts.
Elephants.
Alright, so now we're about to play a little game. Last part. Little game.
All right.
I'm gonna say a word. You tell me the first thing that comes to your mind, okay?
Okay.
Ready?
All right.
Peanuts.
Oscar Mayer. That has nothing to do with peanuts.
Do-rags.
Rappers.
Do-rags.
Waves.
Do-rags.
Gangsters.
Do-rags.
Head. I don't know.
Do-rags.
Bow Wow. I don't know why. I don't know why, but okay.
Twerking.
Miley Cyrus.
Okay. Twerking.
Black girls.
Twerking.
Big booty.
Twerking.
Miley Cyrus.
Twerking.
Miley Cyrus.
Twerking.
Oh, Ratchet.
Yes. Can I say that?
That's fine. Donald Sterling.
I don't know who that is.
Donald Sterling.
I don't know who that is.
I mean, sorry, Donald Sterling.
Don't know.
Have no clue.
Don't know who that is.
Okay.
Silver.
Donald Sterling.
Rich.
Gotcha. Donald Sterling.
Oh, racism.
Donald Sterling.
Clippers racist comments. Ones that just came out. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
I know like the general history stuff, so I don't know who that is. Are you gonna tell me who it is?
I can tell you. Yeah. But that was the end of the question.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem.
So yesterday there was a big commotion on Twitter and everything. Pretty much he said he doesn't want black people to go to the basketball game.
Oh yeah, with Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on Twitter, but I've kind of like since finals are coming up, I've sort of deleted it. I saw that. Yeah. Okay. I know who you're talking about now.
And then they're playing today, and apparently the Clippers they threw their warm up uniforms on the court, and they're practicing. They warmed up in their practice jerseys inside out, and his wife is sitting courtside and all black and stuff, and people are having signs.
There should be a celebration of white history.
in addition to some other ethnicities. My thoughts are that American history is a history of multiracial stories, and as I understand it, the need to recognize Black history was because there was very little information in being taught or represented within the context of U.S. history. So there was a specific need. I guess my thought would be that I would love for there to no longer be a need to call out any particular ethnic history, whether it's African American or Asian or Latino, and that U.S. history could be represented as such, and that it would reflect all of the nationalities and ethnicities who have played a part in the development of this nation. So I guess that would be my ideal, as opposed to trying to have some kind of equivalency among groups and say, well, if you have this, then why not that? Just be more inclusive with the story, and I think that would mitigate against the need to have special histories represented.
Well, being a young Black male in America, I feel like you're held to a different certain standard than a lot of others are, just as far as how people will look at you and how people will kind of judge you just by association, really. But I mean, I feel like as long as you just try to stay on the right path and you just do what you're supposed to do, I feel like you can end up within the same situations or better situations than people who aren't young Black males. And really just don't let people judging you or trying to categorize you as being a certain thing that stops you from doing what you actually want to do. Just do what you have to do. You might have to work 10 times harder than the person next to you, but you can still do it. I won't let anything stop you.